I've been forced to cut off my entitled mother, and the guilt is crushing me. I've just cut off my 66-year-old mother. I am so racked with guilt and shell shock from our falling out this past Saturday, I can't really write out very much. She is on disability, so only has like $1,300 a month to live off of, has no part-time job, no car, and lives in a somewhat rural area. Since 2017 I, 29F, have been financially supporting her. My sister has a very strained relationship with her, but has her own family to take care of, so does not contribute financially like I do. I've bought her 2 vehicles, the most recent of which I bought in January, and she destroyed already. She smokes weed and drinks, and used to be addicted to pain pills. She is a very typical narcissist. Without me, she is quite literally up SHD Creek without a paddle, and I don't know how to cope with the guilt. I'm just going to list some of things I've done for her. For reference, my father passed away in 2017. They were divorced but still friends and helped one another. Bought her a car in 2018. Paid for most maintenance and did repairs on it myself. Gave her money literally anytime she asked. Allowed her to be an authorized user on my credit card, which she promptly racked up $500 on for her numerous cats, then never paid me back or paid into it. Screamed at me when I expressed my feelings about and ruined my 26th birthday. Got herself kicked out of her apartment by picking a fight with the new landlord. I bought her a 5th-wheel camper and had someone park it so she had a place to live. She refused to give up her many cats, which then wound up destroying the camper. Moved camper over and over to different sites. Did all the maintenance. Still gave her money. Somehow has gone through 5 different TVs and has broken all of them. Bought her a new one every single time. Bought her a new phone outright because she wouldn't stop complaining about the one she had. Insisted she wanted to buy a house with the 0 money she had. Somehow managed to find a house for $60,000. I used the last of my savings to secure the house. Paid for, did all the appraisal repairs myself. Moved her out of the camper by myself in one day during a snowstorm with all of her cats. Have done numerous repairs to said house. Yard work, given her more money, repaired her car again, then she somehow blew 2 tires and drove it home on the rims. Had to scrap the car. Bought her another vehicle in January. I paid for her insurance. She failed to check the oil, put air in her tires, drove it without oil and ruined the motor. $3,000 loss for me by May of this year. Have been driving her everywhere since she destroyed the car, buying her groceries, cat food, beer, heating fuel oil, you name it. She then decided she wants to sell the house and move in with me to save money. I agree, but tell her she can't bring all her animals. She agrees to let go of all but 7 cats, which she wants to house full-time outdoors in catios. I start looking to buy a shed I can convert for proper shelter. She lays it on me last week. She has to shut off the utilities on the 7th because she's so far behind on bills. I work full-time and panic wondering how the FCK I'm gonna have time to move her out, prepare the selling documents, repair the house, and get it on the market. Cut to Saturday. We are at a family get-together for my nephew an hour away from her house. She starts drinking and smoking and will not stop talking about my past abusive marriage for which I have severe PTSD. She holds my 5 years I was out of state against me for some reason because I was terrified to tell anyone about my abusive husband for fear of my life. She victim blames me. I tell her to stop talking about it. She keeps going. I tell her that's her last drink as I'm cutting her off since I'm driving her an hour back home. I say if she's using me for rides and eventually for a home, she needs to respect me and my wishes, literally my house, my rules. She goes, I don't have to listen you, and you're damn right you're driving me home. Not a single ounce of gratitude. Then comes the, no one ever asked you to do any of this anyway. You didn't have to be your father when he died. I go full nuclear on her. All the rage and stress and feeling unappreciated comes out. I remind her she'd be homeless without me at this point. She delusionally believes she can handle everything without me and shuts up halfway through the hour ride home. Take me back to MY house. I won't ever listen to your rules or live under your roof. I drop her off. She does her dramatic goodbye and goes into her house. Haven't heard from her since, nor do I want to. She has no car, basically no money. has too many animals that she can barely take care of. The guilt of cutting her off has me screwed up so badly I feel like I'm going to cry or lose my sanity at any moment. Am I in the wrong to leave her dead in the water? She can't do a thing for herself without my help and she knows it, but won't admit she needs my help or to even praise how much I've taken care of her. Please help me. This situation has me completely immobilized. She'll likely wind up foreclosing on the house, and I have no idea what she'll do. I am racked with worry, and I don't know if I can live with myself with this decision. I have my own house and mortgage and bills to take care of, and I'm in the process of finding a new job that pays more to compensate for my non-existent savings. I thought I was going to have a nervous breakdown at work. I need some serious insight. Edit. I did not expect to get as much attention and support as I have. For literally 100 people to tell me the same thing really helps me reinforce my decision to go and see. I have so much tenacity and aspirations for my own personal life, and to be quite frank, I'd rather comfort myself with the notion that I'm making my late father proud over my own mother. She was not a hands-on mother, and I spent a lot of time alone as a teenager pretty much raising myself until she lost her job and I moved back in with my dad. I've been contributing to a household since I was 16. So it's been ingrained in me since the start of my young adult life to sacrifice for the good of the family. I worked nearly full-time hours and still graduated high school with honors. Fed myself, paid for my own car insurance and cell phone bill, and the like. We were too poor to afford to send me to college, but I threw myself into blue-collar work and have clawed my way through a man's world to get the knowledge and experience and good pay. I needed to be my own handywoman, mechanic, electrician. I am definitely my father's shadow, and she knows that. He was the best person I ever knew. I cannot tell you how much I miss having his support and input. If he was still with us, I'd probably have held onto my backbone much better and not allowed this to go as far as it has. But I digress. To clarify some things, no, my name is not on her house. We actually both closed on houses within a month of one another. I paid to secure the house and do the renovations as well as my own, but her name is on the mortgage and deed. I paid for her internet, but I made it clear I would not be contributing to 2 mortgages and utilities. She's on her own with that house. No, I won't be paying to put her up in a 55-plus community either. Her family who lives in New Jersey has more than enough room and resources for her, and they all live in a 55-plus mobile home community, and a really nice one at that. I've told her countless times it would be better for her to go back and live with her sisters and father, but she would constantly say, "I'm not leaving my girls," as in me and my sister. She knows her shit won't fly with her family, so I'm guessing that's why she doesn't want to go back. She constantly gets financial help from them too. I will send a welfare check, and whatever the trooper tells me at that point will determine where I go from there. She is so cracked in the head if I sent Adult Protective Services or Animal Control, she may very well get herself arrested for assault. She has been arrested for assault before, so I would like to do this as tactfully as I can. She is very small and fairly frail as well, so the last thing I want is to get a phone call she cracked her head on the sidewalk while troopers wrestle her out of the house.